There are some places we are never meant to live. Some houses hold secrets, things buried deep within their walls, lurking in the forgotten spaces above our heads. Most of us never think to look up, but sometimes the ceiling is looking back. Tonight, we tell the story of a family who moved into their dream home only to discover that something was already there, watching, waiting. Turn down the lights, and if you're brave enough, glance at your ceiling just once. The Wilkins family had always dreamed of a fresh start. When they found a spacious, century-old house on the market for a shockingly low price, they couldn't believe their luck. It was grand, beautiful, with towering ceilings that stretched impossibly high. At first, it was charming. Mrs. Wilkins? It feels like a cathedral, Mrs. Wilkins would say, gazing up at the expansive ceiling, its ornate mouldings curling like delicate vines. But at night, the house was different. It began with the scratching, faint at first, like a mouse behind the walls. But as the nights passed, it grew, louder, more deliberate, a slow, rhythmic scrape that seemed to trace the ceiling, moving from one end of the room to the other. Mr. Wilkins checked the attic. Empty. No signs of rats, no nests, no stray branches scraping the roof. Yet the scratching continued. And then came the whispers. They started after the family had been in the house for 2 weeks. A soft, breathy murmur drifting down from above, just on the edge of understanding. Too faint to make out words, but unmistakably voices. Mrs. Wilkins was the first to hear them. She woke in the dead of night to a hushed conversation just above her head. Her husband, fast asleep beside her, heard nothing. But when she looked at the ceiling, just for a second, she could have sworn she saw something move. Their daughter, Lily, spoke up next. "Lily, Mummy, who are the people in the ceiling?" The words made Mrs. Wilkins' blood run cold. "Mrs. Wilkins? What people, sweetheart?" "Lily, the ones that look down at me when I sleep. They smile a lot." That night Mrs. Wilkins didn't sleep. She lay stiff in bed, heart pounding, waiting for the voices. And just past 3 a.m. she heard them. This time she wasn't alone. Her husband stirred. He heard them too. But before either of them could speak, something changed. The whispers stopped. The house fell into a suffocating silence. And then a deep, slow creak. Their heads snapped up. At first the ceiling looked as it always had, vast, endless, but then their eyes adjusted, and they saw them, faces, pressed into the ceiling, dozens of them, stretched too thin, mouths curved into too wide grins, eyes wide, unblinking, staring, watching. Their lips moved soundlessly, forming words the Wilkins couldn't hear, but they knew. They were laughing. Mrs. Wilkins screamed. The moment her voice shattered the silence, the faces melted away, sinking back into the plaster like ripples in water. The Wilkins fled that night, abandoning the house with only what they could carry. They never returned. The house still stands empty. No one stays for long. Real estate records show a long list of owners, each one leaving sooner than the last. But there is a pattern. Every new family complains of the same thing, the scratching, the whispers, and the feeling that in the middle of the night they are being watched. Some houses don't want to be lived in, some ceilings were never meant to be bare. So tonight, when you lie in bed, staring at your own ceiling, be careful. If you listen closely, you might hear a whisper, a scratch, a breath. And if you ever see a face, staring back at you. Whatever you do, don't scream.